Who are those Packers? Thanksgiving Day, Packers vs. Lions, NFL Week 12. Green Bay defeats the Detroit Lions. The Packers go to 5-6. The Lions fall to 8-3. I don't know where the Packers that have been playing all season were locked up today, but keep them there. I want this team. The Green Bay Packers 29-22 over the Lions. The game literally just ended. I'm trying to comprehend it myself. The Packers deemed one of the worst teams in the league going into this game. The Lions deemed one of the best teams in the league. And the Packers literally went into Detroit and whooped some Smurf ass. This was absolutely brilliant. The way they were playing today, the Packers were playing like a team that was playing with house money. They were playing like a team that had nothing to lose. From the very first play, from that 50-plus yard bomb to Watson, you knew this was going to be a different Packers team today. Damn! The green team was supposed to lose. The blue team was supposed to win. Instead, it was the Ninja Turtles beating the Smurfs. It was like some Freaky Friday switcheroo. We got to talk about it, man. I got all these quarters. We're going to break it down. How did the Packers pull off a 29-22 victory over the Detroit Lions? We're going to break it down. I'm going to get some coffee, and we are going to talk about this massive Thanksgiving Day victory by the Green Bay Packers. Week 12. We are now 5-6. I said it last week, didn't I? I said after we got that W, I said, I know we shouldn't be thinking this way. This is unacceptable thinking. I get it. Especially because we're about to play Detroit and then Kansas City. But I said, what if? What if we string together another couple victories and we actually were 6-6 staring at a 500 football club? What if we can string together another couple victories? Right? After that victory last week, you kind of start as a fan, right? Even if it's subconsciously, you know you shouldn't be thinking this way, especially against Detroit. But you start to think, what if? What if? If they just play just a little bit better? What if they played a lot a bit better like they did today? Man, we got a lot to talk about. Week 12, Packers, Lions. Man, I'm amplified. This was a game. This is the Green Bay Packers of old. And beating the Lions on Thanksgiving. Man, does it get sweeter? There ain't a turkey, no stuffing, no mashed potatoes, no cranberry sauce. There's not an apple pie. What? There is not a coconut cream pie. What? A banana cream pie. What? Pumpkin pie. What? There is not a blueberry. What? Cherry. What? Strawberry. There ain't a pie. There's not a pie in existence that can taste sweeter than this victory. Well, there is some pie, but that's another upload. The point is, this was the game for the ages for the Green Bay Packers. Might be the biggest victory of the season. We're going to take it. I'm going to get a swig of coffee, come up back, we're going to talk about it. Green Bay versus Detroit, week number 12. Damn, I'm amplified, bro. What a victory. What a W. Go, Pack, go.
Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Follow drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose the sound now, till like it's only a day. We got a party for
Now, right out of the gate, quarter one, the Packers win the toss, and we chose the ball. We chose to receive the ball right out of the gate. If you were watching this game, you were shocked from the jump. Even the commentators were stunned. Burkhardt was like, that's something you don't see often anymore. BC talks about this every single week, about how we have to stop deferring the kick. Just take the ball, set the tone, create your own destiny. The old Bill Belichick, deferring the kick, get the ball at halftime, control your destiny that way, that's gone because the NFL has eliminated it. The NFL has told you they want an offensively driven league now. The rules that have been changed, the decisions they make. So, take the ball, jam it down their throat, take it to the house, score those touchdowns from the jump. We finally took the ball at the start of the game. What a concept. If you watched this game, you were shocked out of the gate. Commentators, Burkhardt stunned. It was really good. Love to Watson for a 53-yard bomb. Right out of the gate, 53-yard bomb, and it's caught. How many times you get to say that this season? Love to Watson. Very few and far in between have we been able to say that, let alone a 53-yard bomb. This Packer team just said, we have nothing to lose. We're 4-6 coming off of just a few days rest. We might as well just take the ball and just start heaving it 50, 60 yards. Let's have some fun. Let's see if we can score some of those touchdown thingies. 53-yard bomb right out of the gates. Love to Watson. And then another 8-yard completion to Watson. Then a 3-yard run by A.J. Dillon. And we're inside the 10-yard line. 2 plays later, Love hits rookie Jaden Reed for a touchdown. I can recap that whole first drive again because it was so special and something we haven't been able to say a lot this season because we haven't seen it a lot this season. 53-yard bomb, 8-yard completion, 3-yard run, 10-yard touchdown to Jaden Reed. That is how it's not even methodical. That's how you just ram it down the blue team's throats. Right into Lions territory, right into that end zone. Make it so it's not even defendable. Touchdown. And Carlson, by the way, hits the extra point. Somebody ate his Fruity Pebbles or his Fruit Loops. Somebody had a little bit of energy. Carlson, our field goal kicker, actually hit an extra point. So we have 7 points on the board. The other team has nothing. That's the good news. It's amazing, guys, what can happen when you win the toss and you choose to take control of your own destiny. You set the tone. Again, it's an offensively driven league. That's how the NFL wants it. You have to get with the times. You have to read the room. No more of this deferring the kick, because by the time halftime rolls around, you might already be out of the game, or you might have already dug yourself such a hole it's going to take double time, double duty to get yourself out of the hole, let alone make any traction once you get out of the hole. There's no guarantee you're still going to be in this thing come halftime. Get the ball, set the tone from the jump. Loved everything about this. Again, that was the good news. The bad news, well, here's the bad news. The Lions stormtroopered right down the field and volleyed a touchdown right back to us. They just went right the fuck back. We pretty much rolled out the red carpet, and they just they were waving it as they go along. It's like the Monopoly man, and you're just going around, and he's just trudging down. Everybody's catching some balls. They're doing some running. Our defense is sipping a latte. I don't know what our defense was doing. Mentally, they're already on vacation down in the peninsula somewhere. But this was a quick volley touchdown right back. Ironically, Detroit missed the extra point. Usually that's us. Usually that's Carlson. They missed the extra point. So it's 7-6 Green Bay. What an odd start to this game. Usually it's our defense keeping us in the games because our offense is pretty much non-existent. Today, our offense said, we want to win today. And our defense said, whoa, wait, can we talk about this? From the jump, our defense didn't show up. Our offense was ready to play. It was such a weird start to this game. On the very next drive, you guys ready for this? Very next drive, Love in the Pack said, I don't think you understand, right? Because they just traded touchdowns. 7-6, though, because Detroit missed the field goal. So the Packers said, we tried to make a statement in that first drive. You came right back and volleyed back. So the Pack said, I don't think you understand. We're beating the fuck out of you no matter what. And the Packers, they thunder throttled down the field. And an incredible catch by Watson. I don't know how he got that second foot down as he's freaking going head first into, who knows, was that our sideline? He was going head first into a bench. But he got that second foot down, incredible catch by Watson, and a hard-nosed battle barrel run by Dillon. And, to cap it off, a beautiful pass to Tucker Kraft. That's right, Musgrave is injured, right? He's on the IR with Jones and 67 other players at this point. Slight exaggeration. So Tucker Kraft is scoring a touchdown for us. So an incredible catch by Watson. Second time I've been able to say that today. A little bit of battle barreling running by Dillon. Beautiful to see, especially with Jones out. And then Tucker Kraft stepping up. So Musgrave and Jones out, but Tucker Kraft and Dillon said, hold my coffee. We'll take care of this. Beautiful touchdown pass to Tucker Kraft. And Carlson hit the extra point again. He hit 2 extra points back to back. Who is this team? And where are the Packers that we're used to? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Keep them. I want this team. So it is 14-6 Green Bay at this point. Back-to-back touchdown drives. Back-to-back extra points made by Carlson. 14-6. On the very next Lions possession, our defense decides to join the party. Rashawn Gary causes a fumble, and 34 Owens takes it to the house. Touchdown! 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 For our defense, bro. Gary with the fumble, Owens with the recovery, and to the referee's credit, they let it play. Because if they whistled that, that's much harder to get that in the end zone, obviously, or at least have the referees even talk about it. They let the play go. They did not blow the whistle. And because of that, it was reviewed, and sure enough, that was a touchdown. Carlson for the extra point. You're asking him to get 3 extra points in a row. You're funny. Of course he missed it. His third attempt. Could it be? No, he missed the extra point. Carlson missed it. So it's 20-6 Pack, not 21-6. Again, every point matters in games like this. When you're playing an 8-2 team and you're 4-6, nothing seems to be working for you every week beforehand. You need these plays. You need these points. So this was massive. On the very next drive to end quarter 1, our defense causes and retrieves another fumble from their quarterback, Goff. Another fumble recovery for the Packers, and going into the second quarter, things are looking damn good. Unfortunately, once the second quarter started, that would be a different story. But as we went to commercial for quarter 1, if you're a Packer fan, Packer Nation, the unit, the green and gold unit, we were rocking, bro. At least for that one commercial break going into the second quarter, right? Now, the start of the second quarter, 4th and 1 for the Packers, 10 yards away from another touchdown. I mean, you can feel 27-6 any moment now. And unfortunately, disaster strikes, and A.J. Dillon goes the wrong way on a handoff from Love. He actually runs into Love. He was basically going for what we called back in high school a 44 dive, but he ended up doing a 34, so he goes to the other side. So he's supposed to be doing the 44 dive. Again, it's named many other things now, especially professionally. But the point is, a lot of these plays, it's just one number off or one color off, however they deem it, and that's how you choose left and right. Obviously, you're not going to yell out to your defense, left 42. No. So you do all these little codes. For us, it was a 44 dive or a 34. If it was a 34, BC knew, because I was a back, I knew that I had to go to the left. If it's a 44, I'm going to the right. 42, 2, 4, 6, by the way, is just where your line is held up, where your guys are. So you have the 2, the 4, the 6, and then an 8 might be on the wing, for instance, right? So those are usually sweeps by the time you get past 6. 42, 44, 46. Anyway, so he basically thought he was going 34, but the play was for a 44 dive. I thought Jordan Love screwed it up. Upon further inspection of it, just like commentary nailed it as well, it was indeed just Dylan just absolutely botching it. And that was a crucial 4th and 1, too, 10 yards away from our end zone, and we turned it over. Massive turnover on downs. Now, the question at that point was, did our momentum get turned over with the football? All right, turning over the football, okay. We got the fumble recovery not long before, so we just volleyed the turnover back to them. The bigger problem will be if we lost all of our momentum. I mean, that's a 20-6 game at that point, and we just gave them a present right back. We took the gift, and we found the gift receipt and sent it right back. Not good, man. Now, we're able to stop Detroit at their own 45 next, though, so no harm, no foul. Punt right back to the Packers, and we're able to push it, and I mean grind it, to their 25-yard line before we stalled out and we had to settle for a field goal. A 43-yard attempt with Carlson. It's a 50-50 chance with this kid. 50-50 at best. But he hits it. Carlson comes through, and it's a 23-6 Packer lead, and it's the Packers game to lose at this point, man. 23-6 is one thing. The way we were playing is a whole nother thing. This is the best we've looked in a very long time. Even with Aaron Rodgers at the tail end of last year, this is the best we've looked. This is not the Packers we're used to. This is not the Packers we've seen this year. So something was up. I don't even care what it was. Keep it going. 23-6. A big defensive stop near our red zone. A 4th and 1, and again, we almost caused a fumble. But either way, they did not capitalize on the 4th and 1, or at least they were not successful on that 4th and 1. So a massive defensive stop back to the Packers. To end the half, we did Carlson dirty. We did him absolutely dirty, man. We had this kid attempt a 63-yard field goal to end the half. 1 second left on the clock, maybe 2 seconds. It's a 63-yard attempt. And Carlson, this dude has problems hitting a 13-yarder. 63? That's just screwing with the kid now. This is just for a laugh, right? Everybody's having a laugh if you're on the Packers sideline. He can't hit a 13-yarder, and you're bringing him out there to hit 63. That is so mean. And of course, he was well short. I mean, this ball didn't even come near. It actually landed into a Lions' hands, Lions' possession, and he started running for his own touchdown, because you can do that. We just don't see it often, so it always looks funny. It looks goofy. Like it's a field goal kick, but it looks like a punt return, because the dude catches it and he's like, well, fuck, I'm just going to run. And the referees are like, well, technically the rules say you can score. So he just starts running. So now a field goal kicker has to fucking act like a tackler. Oh, it was bad. Accuracy issues, distance issues. It's safe to say Carlson is not, nor should he be a part of the Packer team in the future. You never want to say that, but guys, a field goal kicker literally decides football games. This dude has problems hitting extra points. If you want, I know 63 yards is a long distance. He wasn't even close. This is not somebody you want when the game is on the line and you have to depend on this dude. I would not depend on this dude if I was starving to heat me up some SpaghettiOs. You're just heating up SpaghettiOs, and you'd wind up with food poisoning somehow. I just wouldn't trust this guy in these situations. Anyway, we're going into halftime, 23-6. Things are looking very gold for the green and gold at this point. The Packers with a 23-6 lead over the 8-2 dominant, one of the best teams in the league, Detroit Lions, in their house, in their building, in their stadium. And we are putting a spanking on those Smurfs. How would we fare in half two? Let me get some coffee, and we got to talk about the second half. So coming out of the half into the third quarter, the Lions are ready to play football. They score a quick touchdown and subsequent 2-point conversion. So the Packers start the third quarter with a 17-point lead, and that quickly, snap of a finger, blink of an eye, drop of a hat, it's now just a 9-point lead. 17 is greater than 9. I'd rather that. And this is where, if you're a Packers fan, those doubts start to creep in. Are the old Packers going to show up for the second half? The next Packers drive, we get to Detroit's 47, and on a 3rd and 5, Love hits Dobbs right between the numbers. But Dobbs drops the ball. You can't do that. Jordan Love is finally starting to find his mojo. Stella is finally getting his groove. Not back, just getting his groove. And Dobbs picks that moment to turn into Butterfingers McBotcherson. Punt right back to the blue team. The Smurfs go for a fake punt. A fake punt. And, well, they fail. They failed miserably. Didn't even get close. A massive fake punt. That is not ballsy. That is stupid. I'm glad they did it. But our defense has their moments. I get it. But we ain't no joke. Put a little bit of respect on our defense. Or, in this case, our special teams. All right, they're a little shaky. But a little bit of respect on our special teams. That we're not going to get ran over on that play. Man, that was, again, not ballsy. Very stupid. We'll take it. Massive stop. It's our ball with great field positioning. Love then hits Watson on a beautiful route, just over 20 yards. Watson leaps into the air like he's grabbing stars, but he comes down with the football. Touchdown! Touchdown, green and gold. Packers, 29-14. Why was it 29 and not 30? Well, because we went for 2 and we failed miserably. It was bad, actually. I think we actually lost 6 or 7 yards. That's another story. So we only get 6 points on that. It's 29-14. I'm taking the 1-point conversion. I know it's Carlson. I know that's a 50-50 toss-up in itself. But I'm taking the extra point because that would have made it 30-14. 16-point lead. You'd have to get 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. You're really making them work for it. They got to basically score 4 touchdowns, right? 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. You got to get in the end zone 4 times. If they do that, and by that time you didn't even kick a field goal through the uprights, then you deserve to lose another game. I'm making them work that hard for it. But if you miss the 2-point conversion, they only have to hit 1 2-point conversion. And by the way, they did that in the 4th. I'll get to that in a minute. That's why that's a little dangerous. Of course, if you get the 2-point conversion, you just made it a 3-possession game and pretty much stamped your W. So, you kind of got to give LaFleur some credit here, right? He said one of his biggest issues he had with his own performance, his own coaching performance last week, was how conservative he played at the end of that game. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting by Coach Matty to critique his performance last week so candidly and take some of that blame big time for that loss and being over conservative, because he's right. If you're too conservative, you'll end up losing the game. There's times to leak the clock out. There's times to play preventative football. But you have to be careful, because if you take that foot off the gas pedal so vividly for too long, if that team does come back, good luck trying to get the mojo you just had for the last 20, 30, 40 minutes back. It ain't that easy to just turn on that streak or that momentum like a light switch. And I've seen so many teams lose by playing conservative, trying to protect the lead instead of playing football. It's like the idiot on the road that goes 10, 15, 20 minutes below the speed limit. And you want to say, well, he's just being really safe. That's why he's going so slow. No, he's going to ruin the flow of traffic and eventually cause a bottleneck because everything has to have a flow. So, on one hand, that's cute to say, well, he's just being overly safe. That's all. It'll take him longer to get to his destination. But okay, he's going 20 miles be the limit. Oh, well, everybody can just relax. You'll get to where you're going. No, you're going to cause accidents. Everything has a flow to it. Same thing with football. If you have the momentum, you go with it. It's like a nice flowing river. Go with that momentum. There's a flow. And when you get to the end of the game and you try to go into protected football, you're ruining your own flow. And when you ruin your own flow, and when you drop that far below that speed limit, that's when teams will come up out of nowhere and they will take the W from you. Those speed limits, it's not just for the people going really fast. It's also to try to tell the slowpokes, hey, there's a flow here. Let's go. Same thing with football. There's a flow, and if you have that momentum, if you're crushing the other team, sometimes it's best to just keep going. Don't even watch the conservative football. Coach LaFleur has learned that so many times in his young career, and last week was another one of those times. So I like the fact, right, I will commend, not condemn, the 2-point conversion try. I would have went for the extra point. At this point, with the time winding down, I want the most points that I know I can get. Even with Carlson, I know that's a toss-up, but give me the 30 to 14 point lead. Give me that. 30 to 14, 16 points, I'm taking it. Instead, it's 29, and now all they got to do is 2 touchdowns. And then 2 2-point conversions. Man, I spend so much time on this because as a Packer fan, this is what you're thinking. Like, oh, man, every point matters. We already missed a field goal earlier, the extra point. Now we just missed out on 2 more points. I mean, that's 3 in all that we left on the table. If the Lions come back and beat us, damn, we're going to look to those moments. Now, the fourth quarter couldn't have started better for the Packers. The Lions 4th down at our 39, and they go for it. I'm going to say that again. 4th down on our 39-yard line. They go for it. We stop them. Epic fail by the Smurfs. Packers take over. Now, we're not able to capitalize, but on the very next Lion possession, they once again go for it on 4th down, this time near their own 20, and we stop them again. Epic fail by the Smurfs. Packers take over with a 15-point lead and 6 minutes left on the clock. The very next possession, 3rd and 1, Jordan Love fools the entire Detroit defense and runs 50 yards into Smurf territory. Over 50 yards. That's the longest run of Jordan Love's career thus far. Over 50. You would have thought it was a back, just wide open field, or a nice run after catch by a Davante Adams or something. I mean, the way that this guy had so much open field and how he was hustling past defender after defender. Over 50 yards. It ain't Aaron Jones. It was Jordan Love. It was a thing of beauty. Or actually, it was kind of ugly, but he's not known as a runner. The fact that he got over 50 yards, that's beautiful. And then we play conservative and we end up punting. See what I mean? That's what I mean. I mean, we were rocking at that 50-plus yard run by our quarterback. You're telling me Dillon can't get a couple runs for 10, 15 yards? A Watson and a Reed combination for another 10 to 20. And before you know it, we're at least getting a field goal. Conservative, and we punted. The Lions score a touchdown. See what I mean? That's when you play conservative, the momentum changes. The Lions now score a touchdown, and the 2-point conversion is successful. It's now just a 29 to 22 point game with 41 seconds left. Here comes the onside kick. The Packers recover. Packers win this game. It's a 5-6 record for the Packers. The Detroit Lions fall to 8-3 now. So only 3 games separate these two teams. Just a massive, colossal, amplified victory for the Green Bay Packers. Just last week, we were deemed one of the worst teams in the league by insiders, fans, BC. If you're watching every game this season, we're one of the worst teams, easily. But watching this team, you know there's potential. You know we should be better than this. but we're just one of the worst teams. The Detroit Lions deemed one of the best teams, coming in at 8-2, and we just did that. We pulled that performance. We pulled in now to 5-6. We're one game away from 500 football. I'm just saying, man, if we whoop some Smurf ass on Thanksgiving, who's to say we don't whoop some Kool-Aid ass and squeeze out those red jerseys, squeeze out that Kool-Aid, toss them to the side, and get our 6-6 record? I say we go and do this! Why stop here? That performance is what we should have had the entire season. There's no reason to play conservative now and take your foot off the gas pedal. Let's rock this league to the core. Let's squeeze it for everything we can get out of it. We're the youngest team in the league. They already cast us aside. We have nothing to lose. I'm pretty sure that was the mind. Did you see the play calling from the very jump in this game? This was we have nothing to lose football. And we did that to one of the best teams. Yeah, well, if you're going to play on house money, let's absolutely gamble then. Let's rock. Because it's clear that this young team has the most fun and does their best when they're playing with that house money. When they are just letting it all hang out. When they have nothing to lose. This young team is at their best. That's what we learned today. Let's do some more of that next week. The Green Bay Packers, what a victory on Thanksgiving Day. Man, old school, just whooping the Lions' ass. That's fun. Until next time, there will be that next time. Top guys, we're out. Current status and current situation, check you. Peace.